McEnroe hit that backhand up the line and yelled, yes, the minute he hit it. He knew it was a winner, but it had to be that good a shot, Donald.
It was a perfect shot on the dead run. Lendl really cracked the forehand into the corner coming in.
So McEnroe now leading 2 games to love. First set. Remember, this is 3 out of 5. We've got a long afternoon ahead of us.
God, you can really feel the pressure, Barry. There is so much ace drama between these two players.
Service ace for McEnroe. It's his favorite serve, out wide to the forehand. You get a chance to see the crowd from this shot. It is packed behind the court. Great lighting. McEnroe moving well at net.
Now watch John poke the volley. Lendl on the dead run tries the cross court, but look at John stretching. Great hands and beautiful touch. He got there and then he dumps it short. He didn't just reach the ball, he hit a winner.
30 love McEnroe.
First service.
That running forehand, Donald, was a good shot from Lendl. It wasn't just a fair shot. He hit it very well.
Well, there are two things happening here at the same time. Lendl has one of the great forehands, and McEnroe's blunting it with one of the great volleying efforts. He is a tremendous volleyer, and I hope we get to show that a little bit more as it unfolds. We are using the camera work of BRT, Belgium television, but we're never quite sure how many replays we'll be getting, but John is a master at the net.
Just hits the top of the net and drops back on Lendl's side, and so McEnroe goes to 40 love.
40 love.
Lendl said before the match today, if he won the trophy, he couldn't put it at his home because it might be stolen. So he said he'd carry it around in his tennis bag, and if he started serving badly, he'd use the racket to serve with because it would give him a little more power. So he was pretty loose talking about it.
Big
Great
first
serve.
serve.
McEnroe.
Awfully good first serving by McEnroe.
And so John McEnroe booms a big serve down the middle. He now leads 3 games to love from Antwerp. Ivan Lendl, the quickest out of the chute, so to speak, as he goes over and gets ready to serve. McEnroe a little bit slower, and they have replaced, since we left you, the linesman there on the side service line. It's the gentleman on Lendl's side of the court, just diagonally behind the umpire, who is in a very high chair there. So that's a new service linesman as we start the 4th game.
Lendl is in the worst position. He didn't want to give McEnroe any confidence at the start of this match.
As you can see, the lighting is all directed to this center court. It gets very dark about 25 feet behind the court. All lights directed to the center of the court.
Ball about 1.5 inches wide.
Lendl getting caught as he comes in with a difficult half volley.
15.
Love 15. McEnroe up. First set. Best of 5 sets. McEnroe leading 3 games to love.
15 all.
Called out quickly. A good motion there by that base linesman. That's a let court judge. You see him there, very far left of your screen. He sits across from the umpire so that the umpire can see him clearly on those let calls.
Boy, those balls are close, but clearly out. The lines have done a pretty good job so far, actually, except for that one service line. And my theory, Barry, is Lendl is not going to beat McEnroe stand back on the second serve. You don't want him up there at the net. This is a perfect example of how John beats Lendl. Comes in, and right there has control of the match. He's controlling the flow and the tempo by being at the net.
What can Lendl do to keep him back right here?
Well, he's got to come in on that second serve.
15-30.
I don't care what the score is. He's going to win more percentage points coming in and staying back.
Clean winner down the line from the backhand. That's the best shot Lendl's hit so far.
Just rippled it.
No question about it. He hit it right in the center of the racket. Lots of room down that line. McEnroe was not expecting that shot, and we are at 30-all. Tried to slip in quickly behind the first serve, got caught again, but McEnroe, Donald, is returning consistently right now.
Very consistently, and that ball was low right at Lendl's feet. Bond didn't expect that good a return. Break point, John can go up 4-love.
That's over. McEnroe at this point in the match seems to be really on top of the return of service. He's hitting many returns right in the middle of his racket. You can kind of tell when he's alert, Donald. He moves around a little bit more as he gets ready to return serve. Back to deuce.
Lendl there with the double sweatlets on both arms. A little unusual.
And a pocket full of sawdust.
What a difference that first serve makes as to the pattern of play. Lendl will be under great pressure here as McEnroe will try to get in on the second. Here he comes.
Oh. Talk about a return of serve. McEnroe hit that ball about 3 feet inside the baseline, just drilled it down the line for a clean winner.
And Barry, you know how tough that shot is he just made. He hit a half volley backhand with a little wrist flick and hits a winner.
The serve hit about 2 inches inside the service line. It was a good second serve. Again, break point for McEnroe. Tapes the forehand, and so John McEnroe has broken serve once again. He leads 4 games to love in the first set.
And remember the $1 million trophy that Lendl can retire. If he wins this match, McEnroe can retire next year should he prevail today. The rules say you have to win it 3 times within a 5-year period. There it is in the red inlay right behind McEnroe. $1 million in diamonds in the form of a gold tennis racket.
Yesterday, McEnroe was heard to say that he wants to keep Lendl from winning that trophy.
Absolutely. Poetic justice.
How many sports do you have a final with a $1 million gold and diamond trophy sitting
just
at
a
courtside?
side bet, a little side bet.
Right. It's incredible. There's so much talk about that trophy here in Antwerp.
Well, put it in perspective. Think of Joe Montana, the quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl. And you say, Joe, if you get the most valuable player here and win the game, we got $1 million over here waiting for you in diamonds.
It's gold football.
God.
Love 4. Lendl down. McEnroe serving.
McEnroe lunged, but the ball dropped in. He hesitated. He wasn't sure he wanted to cover that. Let's see it. Lendl with a good return. Great volley there by John. John waited and then missed it. That ball was good.
Forget this is 3 out of 5 sets, and in a 3 out of 5 set match, we'll talk about the strategy in a little bit, but it's a different type of atmosphere than 2 out of 3. McEnroe down, love 15. Big first serve there, down the center, clean ace. Ace number 2 for John McEnroe.
15-all.
There you see the lighting. Good shot there. It really gets dark outside the perimeter of this court, but on the center court itself, beautiful bright lights. No problem seeing the ball.
Tell you what, you don't want to serve to Lendl's forehand, even with the first serve. He really drilled that. You know, Barry, it sounds to me, you know, like we're talking only in superlatives about these two guys, but really they're in a different class of play. And when they're both right and they're both playing well, which this match is so far, it sounds, you know, really they're 20% better than the rest of the field.
People out there playing always want to play against somebody better than themselves, Donald. I think these two guys, when they face off against each other, the level of their game goes up by at least 15 points a game. Unbelievable shot off
now,
the
Lendl
fourth.
had that court open and didn't make the pass. And remember, John has great coverage. Now, watch this play. Half volley there. Lendl's got the forehand, should win the point, rolls the lob. McEnroe doesn't put it away. Lendl with a big backswing still doesn't put it away, and John knifes the volley beautifully. Had two chances to win that point and didn't.
Talk about quick hands. There was a good example of McEnroe's great quickness at the net. 30-all. Ooh, very close.
Mishit it, but out.
I think McEnroe for a moment thought he had let a ball go that was going to drop inside the court.
Would you have ever believed that McEnroe or either would go up 5-love in the first set?
Walking in here this evening, everybody, I think, expects this to be a very tight, long match. At the moment, McEnroe 1 point away from being 5-love. There it is, McEnroe with that big, wide, swinging serve. He leads 5 games to love, and we are at the final.